Welcome. Good evening, everyone. This is Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot. So here we are for our third reading for the element of water, recognizing the signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for this month of Taurus. Okay, so feel free to take a look back at some of the videos that I've recorded so far with earth and air signs, following the water signs, the readings for this element. I will be ending it in the signs of the fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So I'm going to get right into it because my first two videos were long, but there's just a lot of information that I was getting, particularly for this month because my sun sign is Taurus. So there's more of a connection that I have with that sign. But also weaving it through the other elements and their associations with the signs and in Taurus. So we're going to go right into Cancer. Cancer is a cardinal sign, so it welcomes in the beginning of the summer season, midsummer. Cancer is a highly, I shouldn't say highly, but it is an emotive sign. I mention this when I do my elemental readings. Even though we have these three signs that share the same element, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they all have one thing in common. It's water and how they connect to it. So with Cancer, Cancer is the nurturing water sign. It's sensitive to people's needs. When someone's going through a hard time, Cancers are there for comfort, and they are very caring, and they are very, in the sense, sensitive. They're very intuitive to how people feel if they're going through a difficult time. Scorpio it's a fixed sign, so it understands, it grabs hold of the feelings that it's experiencing through its influences of what's happening externally, internalizing it, and then trying to get to the core. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. So Mars, we have that action, but Pluto, once that action is influenced through Mars, it initiates Scorpio to get to that Pluto point of breaking things apart, to really see things for what they are, finding answers by emotionally experiencing, breaking everything down, getting to the root of it, and understanding it inside and out. Very, very intense in that sense. So Scorpio has that reputation because of the way it approaches things. It approaches things in a very active manner, sometimes a little bit on the aggressive side. So that's fine with Scorpio, but Scorpio needs to know how to manage those feelings. Also, there's fear involved if they can't really get through certain situations. Pisces is a mutable sign. Okay, so they're in that underworld, they're in that other world, they're in that subconscious realm. Pisces is a sign that I feel a lot of people just don't quite understand because they are very mysterious. Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So that mysterious side, I feel Neptune more or less fulfills that that side that we don't quite get with Pisces. It's that underlying unknown part of Pisces that we try to figure out, but we really can't. Pisces is the only sign that I feel that truly, honestly knows itself well. So if there's other Pisces in a room with other Pisces, it could prove to be a very interesting way of interacting with each other because everything is going deep into the feelings and exploring all these different aspects of what's going on with them and with other people. So Pisces tends to keep things to themselves. We have that Jupiter side of expansive. Everything feels, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. But deep down, they're they're still processing stuff. So Pisces, I feel, out of all the signs, especially the water signs, it's the most mysterious. So with that being said, let's just go right into Cancer. I just want to give an overview. So I mentioned I'm going to be working with different decks for all the elements, and this is going to be a little difficult because, well, for me, in regards for choosing a deck. So we have water, but we're also under the sun sign of Taurus, being Earth, ruled by Venus. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. And the deck that I decided to work with for each of these, for these water sign elements, I decided just to break it down and just go to the Wildwood Tarot, because it is, it has many messages. It is an earthy oriented deck because it's dealing with natures and the seasons. But there is something that I feel intuitively that connects more with the element of water. That's more of the spiritual side, the tribal, primal aspect of our spirituality. Spirituality has all these different forms. It has the element of fires, how we move through our practice. It has the element of air, how we process knowledge and information. It has the influence of water, our sensitivity, how we feel about things and how we heal through them. And then, of course, earth, where we are showing devotion and dedication to our beliefs. So I feel the Wildwood Tarot is a good deck to work with for the water signs. So I mentioned Cancer. Let's go right into Cancer. Cancer is providing comfort. And the water elements, these signs here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all water, they fill the void with a lot of the earth signs. And since we are in Taurus, water and earth work well together because it nurtures, it sustains, it provides what's needed to keep earth healthy, the earth signs healthy, to keep things stable. Okay, when there's no water in earth dries out. There's no nutrients. There's nothing that's feeding that element of earth so that it can grow, so it could mature and heal. So, okay, let's go right into Cancer. So let's see what I have here with the Wildwood Tarot. And I will be time stamping these. I have quite a bit of time stamping I need to catch up on. So I will have these time stamped for you so you can jump right to your sign and hear what your reading is. Okay, so Cancer. Here we go. This is the Wildwood Tarot. 3 cards as always. We'll see how quick I can get through this. My previous videos were a little bit longer. Okay. So I have here 2 cards, Major Arcana Influence. And the first card that I read in these readings is the center point of this reading. Even though it's a short reading with just these 3 cards, it can provide a lot of information and guidance for all the signs for this month. So the first card I got here, we're in the element of air. And I have here, 2 of arrows. Okay, so we see throughout various decks different interpretations of the 2 of arrows, 2 of swords. But here we're seeing it's typical human representation is we have the eyes that are blindfolded. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Okay, again, this reading is for Cancer. I can read this in 2 different ways. I could see that it sometimes we need to have this blindfold to really experience what's going on, so that there's no bias, so that there's no um, uh, leaning towards one side more than the other. Sometimes we just got to feel with it. So I feel with Cancer, this Two of Arrows. I'm going to put up this card here side by side. Okay. When we close our eyes, okay, we don't see what's going on. We may see, feel shadows, but this allows the sign of Cancer to connect more, to feel, and see what is actually going on. We're separating any peripheral influence, anything that can maybe influence us. We're just closing our eyes and we're just looking within. Okay, so for Taurus, this month of Taurus Cancer, let's work with this. Okay, let's work with not being influenced by what we see, what people say. Okay, let's just close our eyes and just really connect to what we really feel, what our heart's speaking to us about when it comes to any particular situation. That will give you that foundation. That will give you that stability because you trust this. You use this being the heart. You use this, your intuition, more so than your thoughts. You think with your heart. So Cancer, let's work with that, but let's not get too emotionally wrapped up. Okay, there is still this influence of air. Okay, so we still have to put some rationality to our emotions when it comes to certain scenarios. Next card that I have here is actually perfect to go along with this card of arrows is I have here balance. Okay, and this is associated with temperance. So we're looking at opposing energies. Okay, Cancer is associated with the card of the Chariot. So in the Chariot, even though this isn't the Chariot card, the Chariot is looking at different forces, different energies, opposing forces, how to take control of them if they are running rapid, or how to activate these opposing forces that just aren't doing anything, but they're there. They need to be utilized. Here, we're seeing, move this away from the light, we're seeing the action of balance taking place. We're seeing these opposing forces put into action. Okay, they are moving, they are channeling. Cancer is now putting this energy and manifesting it so it can start moving and feeling and circumnavigating through what's going on. Okay, so Cancer, let's work with this. Okay, let's focus that energy where we need to start creating movement. You stay still. Okay, listen, feel what's going on, and trust your instincts. Okay, but be rational. Okay, really make sure it's not something out of, that may seem impossible that you won't be able to do, but really make sure that what you're feeling and what actions you need to take and move in and out, sorry for the background noise, that you're putting it into action, you're channeling it, it's intermingling, you're putting all of these different energies together. And that's what gives Cancer that motivation to start making things happen when we start putting these opposing energies into action. Okay, next card I have here, we have the Woodward. Okay, so here we're trying to literally, this card can represent justice, but we're taking charge. Okay, we are taking control of the situation. And that's what Cancer ideally needs to be. They need to be in a place that once they have all this energy, it's moving around and it's starting to show results. Okay, this is where we start moving forward. We have that confidence. It's like, okay, I'm going to take care of this. Now, since I've felt everything, I stopped. I've taken that moment to reflect and see what's going on. And now I see what I'm working with to merge these different energies. Now we start looking at that inner will, that force of moving forward, and that confidence, that directness. Okay. So Cancer for this month of Taurus, we're still working with our energy of, listening to what's going on, but we're taking more control of our feelings. Okay. Taurus is that fixed sign. So it needs to have a direction. And that's very important to have, to really see things for what they are. And then we have, working with those forces, putting the opposing energies together, seeing what they're producing, and then taking from that and learning from it and moving forward. Okay. All right. So that's Cancer. Next up, we have Scorpio. Okay. So as I mentioned, Cancer represents the summer months. Scorpio is the fixed sign. So Scorpio goes into the midpoint of autumn, and the energy as it starts transcending from fall and moving into the winter season. We're not quite there yet, but we're at the midpoint. The fixed signs tend to be the midpoint of the seasons, and then the mutable signs represent the ending of that season as it gets ready to go into the next. So with Scorpio, as I mentioned, fixed sign. So once they are heavily impassioned by what's going on, they are in it. You cannot cover the eyes of Scorpio. Once they feel very strongly about something, they want to experience it. One of the things that Scorpio has is they like the dark, but there's also a side of Scorpio that can also hold them back from exploring that darker side. Scorpio, for me, is the emotional adventurer. They like to, go the darker it is, the deeper it is, let's do it. But those characteristics are of a strong-willed Scorpio, person that has a good sense of who they are, where they want to go, and basically nothing will stop them. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Scorpio is our opposing sign for Taurus. So let's see what Taurian energy we could bring in for Scorpio during this month. And also, I believe there is a lunar eclipse on May 15th in the sign of Scorpio. So it's going to be an intense time of energy for Taurus. So especially for me, I'm going to see how that week is going to be for energy, because I looked at my astrological journal, and that that day of May 15th, there is a lot going on. So all luck to us Tauruses during that particular week. Okay, so Scorpio. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so I have 3 cards. And no, Spirit, be good. Be good. So I have 3 cards here. 2, this is good for the water signs. We're getting major arcana guidance here. 2 cards that are major arcana influences, and 1 card, which is the center point of the reading, in the realm of water. And this is wonderful, and I'll just show you the cards and give you the interpretation. Here is kind of hard to see, 8 of Vessels. And the key word they have here is rebirth. And Vessels with the Wildwood Tarot is in relation to the element of water. But look at this energy. We're seeing a recycle of energy, a recycle of emotions, going through the process of healing, releasing, letting go. And that's something that Scorpio likes, because any experience that they're having emotionally, obviously it's influencing them, but it's also opening things up for them. And it's creating an excitement. It's creating an awareness that that maybe is something that they really needed. And there's that excitement. It's like, aha, this is right. This is where I need to be. So this Eight of Vessels, very important card for Scorpio for this reading, because it is releasing, it is revealing. The next card that I have here, perfect for this, is we have the Seer, which is the equivalent of the High Priestess. Okay, so we have the High Priestess ruled by the Moon. So we have this energy of this revelation. Everything's opening up. We're going to see, I feel, Scorpio, for this month of Taurus. I think we're going to have like a spiritual regeneration of some sort. We're going to really start looking in. Okay, we're going to start realizing there's shifts, but we're going to have this aha moment. Okay, and Scorpio is one of these signs that when it comes to intuition, they follow, they listen to it. It's what moves them and what puts them where they need to be. And it gives a focus. And it gives also a form of calming for them, because it's like, yes, this is where I need to be. We have all this excitement building up, the Eight of Vessels. Okay, we have things shifting and things are revealing and things are being let go. It's all of this. And then when all of that excitement and awareness has come to an apex, we take this moment of stillness and we're like, yes. It's like an opening that happens with Scorpio. I'm almost going to say that this is going to be an easy read here, because the messages are very strong for me. The next card that I have here, the Blasted Oak. This is affiliated with the archetype of the Tower. Tower is ruled by Mars. Wow, Scorpio, you have a lot that's going to be released during this month of Taurus. And go with it. Don't fight it. Don't fight anything that you feel is transforming, changing, that is moving away. It's happening for a reason. Okay. And this could be something that maybe is building up, and then there's going to be some sort of action, some sort of occurrence that's going to come out of the blue and just like, there we go. You know, it just opened things up for you. Something will shift for you during this month, Taurus, or Scorpio, during this month of Taurus. I'm pretty elated with this reading because of it being my opposing sign, and the energy that I'm reading here for Scorpio. So again, Eight of Vessels. Okay, so rebirth. Things are going up to the next level if they haven't already. Inside, everything's feeling like, yeah, we're getting there, we're moving there. And then once all that excitement happens, okay, again here, once things have been broken down and released and everything is just like shaken, we get this moment of stillness. We come to a point where we are listening to ourselves, the Hierophant, the Seer, and the focus. Okay, so Scorpio, This is a predictive reading, but Scorpio, expect some changes internally going on. And I'm feeling this isn't nothing with a relationship. It could lead to it, but your growth internally is going to be quite dramatic for the month of Taurus. Okay, so Eight of Vessels, the Seer, which is the High Priestess, and the Blasted Oak, which is in relation to the Tower. Okay, look at these also different energies, the action and then the calmness. Okay. And I have Spirit who is now joining this reading. So thank you for keeping me company. All right. Yeah, baby. Okay, so I'm going to move this because I don't want this to break. All righty. There we go. All right, so next up, let's see what Pisces has. Let's see what Pisces is going to be experiencing for this month of Taurus. Okay, so they're very, they can be expressive emotionally if there is something very excitable that's going on with them that they want to release. That's the Jupiter side of Pisces. But that Neptune side of Pisces, like I mentioned, if there is something going on that they just can't quite come out and express, they're gonna stay to themselves for a while until they feel comfortable, and they feel that they are not going to be exposed or vulnerable. Okay, here we go, Pisces. What are you up to, Spirit? Okay, I have to keep an eye on him. Alrighty, Pisces. Wow. Okay, so I have different elements here. I have fire, earth, and air. No water. Okay, again for the month of Taurus. So the card that is a focus for this reading is, can't see it there, it's our Five of Stones. This is actually the first decan for Taurus. So Pisces, if you are some Pisces, the Five of Stones represents this first decan of Taurus, which starts either May 19th or 20th and goes all the way to, I believe it's April 30th to the 1st. It's around 8 to 10 days for each astrological month. So right now for Pisces, okay, Five of Stones, Pentacles, Coins involves how you are working through any challenges right now, okay, and what is needed to be done. So with this Five of Stones, what we're seeing here is we need to have trust in ourselves, we need to have self-belief, and we have to continue moving forward. We have endurance. We see this childlike innocence that's being sheltered from the storm outside for protection, and that's always good. If you feel like things are really overwhelming, you really don't want to be moving when things are very tumultuous. You need to be in a place where it's safe just for a moment, but also to really start accessing how are you going to move from this, what needs to be done. And so with Pisces, with this Five of Stones, is know that you will get through this. Okay, know that we're going to move forward. Okay, follow your intuition, Pisces, which is very natural. If you feel like you need to stay in a protective environment, then do so. But what I always state with a lot of the water signs, it's very easy to get comfortable in our own environment, in our own element. We don't want to stay there for too long, okay? Because then we're just sort of living in our own little utopia, elemental utopia, water. And that could be very comfortable, and we don't really come out, we don't really grow. It may take time, but please, whatever you do, Pisces, for this month of Taurus, is have that self belief that whatever's going on, things will move forward. You have to make those steps. Okay. You have to have that self belief. Okay. All right. So the next card I have here. Actually, yeah, I'll go in this order. I have here Four of Bows, which is Four of Fire. So with this card here for Pisces, we see what the potential could be. We see the joy. We see the release, the celebration, connecting with others, sharing compassion with other people, but people who've gone through similar. Okay, know that you're not the only one who's going through this. And sometimes you don't even want to be with other people, but it's understandable. But again, once things have been revealed and you're feeling that feeling of wanting to connect to people, because Pisces do want to connect with people, but they have a very unique way of doing it. And I can't even explain it. But Pisces is also very healing. And so different from Cancer. Cancer's nurturing. Okay, they're supportive in that way. But Pisces, I feel, is more on the healing side. And the healing's coming from deep down. So once that time of self-recognizing and putting things into perspective, then it's just like, you know what? Let's the time that you've spent working on things within yourself, that patience that you need to have with yourself, then you can go out. Pisces, we will see with this card, the Four of Bows, we will see what Pisces wants other people to see of themselves. Okay. We want to see the Pisces that's there and enjoys life and being supportive of people in other ways. So that's where the celebratory part comes in. Okay, the next card that I have here, Pisces, got here the Ten of Arrows. Okay, so Ten of Swords. But here, the key word that's showing up is instruction. So with Ten of Arrows, okay, air in relation to Pisces, water, we're looking at guidance. And potentially at this time for this month of Taurus, Pisces, maybe some outside, an external influence, guidance, more like it, will be there to maybe help you navigate during this time where it's like you're just kind of moving around and you're trying to figure out where to go. I think it's very important that if you feel that there is someone that you have had a conversation with, or that you're slowly building a connection with that just makes sense to you, I think this is a card that is going to be of great importance for you. Okay, this person can help you. And here we have two different generations. We have the elder generation and the young generation. You may have an influence of maybe someone who is younger and maybe showing you something that you hadn't experienced in a while, maybe since you were a kid. Even though we're older, we can still learn from from the younger generation and also the older. So please do not forget these two influences. You know, we have youth, maturity, and then we have the elder years. Okay, maturity is taking still a little bit of what was experienced from the youth, transferring that to who we are at this point, but also we have to be open to what's ahead, which is the elder years, listening to people who have been through different experiences that we haven't experienced yet. So it's really important to listen to both generations, both different kinds of perspectives. Okay, so this is where we get the 10 of arrows. The keyword's instruction, but I feel it's more of guidance, listening to what's out there. Okay, we learn from each other. So Pisces, you may even be of influence to someone that you don't even know about. Okay, just by expressing, you know, what you've gone through, where you are right now, where you want to be. So that's where we are here with Pisces for this month of Taurus. Okay, just hang in there. Pisces has a lot of strength. Pisces is the last sign of the astrological wheel. They're harnessing all this energy that's moved in for the last 11 months. And that's why they're so deep, because there are all these different signs and different characteristics and different influences that these signs and elements have gone through. And Pisces brings that all together and brings it to an end. So there is a lot to learn from Pisces. You know, once they're ready to express their feelings and their knowledge. So even though they are mysterious, I feel like they have like hidden secrets that they can share with us, so that we can learn from. Okay. All right. So there you have it. Those are the readings for our water signs of, I'm going to do it reverse, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So Pisces, card to pay attention to, the fulcrum, the center point, is the 5 of stones, so 5 of pentacles. Okay. And then 4 of bows. Okay. Once you've gone through the storm and you've moved on and everything has come to a closure, it's time to let go and be with people. Enjoy yourself, Pisces. Okay. And then, of course, 10 of arrows, listening, learning. Or you could be this person who is the 10 of arrows, providing some guidance for an individual while you're also going through these different influences. I think it's important for Pisces to really express whatever's going on with them, but only with someone that you feel you can trust. Pisces isn't open to everyone. Okay, they have to really know the person that they're going to be expressing feelings for. All righty. So there you go, water signs. Enjoy this month of Taurus, especially Scorpio. We'll see what's going to happen in a few weeks' time when we get that lunar eclipse, and a lot of planetary movements and aspects and transitions going on that particular day and the days before and a little bit after. So keep a feel for that, all the water signs, especially Scorpio. Okay, but remain grounded, remain focused, remain dedicated, keep moving forward, but at a steady pace. Okay, those are some of the qualities of Taurus. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. Next up, I'm going to be winding down the readings for the month of Taurus with the element of fire. So that's going to be Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay, so any questions you have or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. I'm available for readings, so on and so forth. I'm on Instagram. I will catch you all in the next episode. Okay, so stay tuned, fire signs, and let's see what's being of guidance for you during the month of Taurus. Thanks again. I will see you all soon.